Hello, Phil. These are your carburetors. Checking serial numbers. We got 60599. And see if we can get down there and see this one. It's a little harder to see. 114543. It's a little tough to see down there. Anyway, those are your carburetors. Let me put this back here, and we're going to show you how they run and the adjustment of same. Well, actually, let's go over some of the things that were done to the carburetors. First of all, we've got fully machined carburetors where the factory neglected to do machine work, bushings and throttle shafts, new throttle shafts, butterflies, brand new butterflies, and the bores, the throats have been machined to remove all imperfections. We've got the hole for the idle mixture screw has been bored and bushed, or what do you want to call it? The new tapered seat in there. Choke shafts, bushings have all been taken care of. All the machines, all the flat surfaces have been machined. We've got an adapter plate right here, a reinforcing plate that helps keep these things from cracking. Well, it actually will prevent them from cracking. The original design had a tendency to crack. All new factory gaskets, as you can see by the red color here. Aftermarket gaskets are black. All the parts have been cadmium plated, not zinc plated. And I'm trying to think, I guess that takes care of the rough introduction. Alright, now we're going to test some carburetors, and what you're going to do is, of course, you see we got real good action on the choke here, and what you're going to do is you got switch on, goose it a couple times, choke it, I notice as I activate the choke, the idle increases. All the choke is doing is simply opening up the throttle a little bit more. As you can see, moving right here. And we're going to tune these things, but only after we get the engine warmed up. While it's warming up, I'm going to mention that you have this. This is your where the choke cable goes, and you've got your main choke lever, and you got your slave. This is the one that flops around. That's why I've got it twisted here. Anyway, you can adjust these set screws to get your choke levers in line with your cable, so that you have the best pull action available. This is a very poor design. You're trying to pull up at the same time these are trying to go out, and it's a little difficult, and it's going to get, and so you can adjust these to where you get your best feel on the choke cable. That should be about the only adjustment you need to do to these things. Oh yeah, that's right, the throttle linkage here, and from the foot feed all the way up to here, these have a set distance. This is your adjustable one with the turnbuckle, so that you can adjust it to where you can snap this in position and not change any of the throttle linkage, throttle geometry. I'm sure you understand that. All right, waiting for this to warm up. Got good throttle response. This is what we use for adjustment, synchrometer, and what we're going to do is check to see how that our second barrels are not pulling any air. See if we can see that. This little red line right here, running about 1.5 to 2, which is amazingly good. There's 2 on that one. Amazingly good. And then we're going to synchronize the first barrel. Make sure they're drawing correctly. So you snap your linkage. Way up to one side. And you come in here and you use your synchrometer to see how much air you're drawing. We got drawing 6 right there. And 5 3/4. So what we're going to do is increase this just a smidge. There we are at 6. Now if you don't like the idle where it sits now, if you don't have a synchrometer, all you have to do is just turn these the same amount. So we'll turn this a half a turn. This half a turn. So now we've jacked up the idle. We're running 8 and 8. So that's how easy that is to adjust. I'm going to bring it down. A little too aggressive on the idle. So down to 7. Down to 7. And now what we're going to do is snap the linkage back on, such that when we snap it in place, nothing changes. Nothing changed. All right. Now we're going to go with the idle mixture screws. Address them. This idle mixture screw in the second barrel is blanked off. It does not do anything, so do not touch it. Nothing to deal with there. And then we've got this idle mixture screw, and we're going to dial it in until this engine stumbles. Dial it out, and then we get the midpoint. Let's stumble. Back out. There's a half a turn. Half a turn. Stumble. So we'll dial it in about there where the engine runs the best. Same with the one in front. Start to degrade. Back out. Starting to degrade. Back in. About there. Clear our engine. Now we'll double check on our idle. We may want to adjust the idle. We're still running 7. We're going to bring the idle down. There's about 6. There's 6. Idle's running about 750, 800. Factory has 2 settings. We never could figure out which one they liked, so we in between 750 and 1000 is there's 2 published settings for the idle, and I don't know why, but that's what they did. Anyway, we've got a very, very nice set of carburetors for you. And we turn them off. Turn them back on. Nice restart. And then in mounting, make sure that you use a crisscross pattern on the bolts so that you don't snug them up too tight on one corner versus the other, and make sure that the DIN 137 wave washer is used in here between the carburetor body and the rubber sleeve. I'll explain all that to you in person. Make sure all your throttle linkage is bushed and in good condition. Also, obviously, when you're working with these double fittings right here, use one wrench to stabilize this fitting, and while you remove or install this the swivel fitting here, this pot metal is notoriously weak. Don't want any deformation of the pot metal or ripping it out. I think that covers just about everything. Thank you very much.